Yo, 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 yo. Ladies and gentlemen, this is episode 6 of FuegoTV featuring Melanie Linkus, a.k.a. Fuego's mom. Round of applause. Anyway, mom, say hi.
Hey, everybody.
Yeah, anyway. We got a lot of interesting shit we're going to talk about. A lot of shit I don't know about, but we're going to figure it out today. This episode is sponsored by... Oh, hold on, I ain't gonna say that sponsor. I don't know. You remember what sponsor you told me you didn't want me to use? I ain't gonna do it. Alright, so the sponsor is to be determined. The song of the month is Are We There Yet? By Fuego. Yours truly, featuring Anonymous. The bitch got like 3,000 views in less than a month. Anonymous went crazy on it. I channeled my inner Kurt Cobain. Scoo. Anyway, to get started with the interview, I would like to kind of introduce yourself to the audience, anybody who isn't already aware of you that's listening. So if you could just go ahead and give a backstory about where are you from, basically, first off.
All right, well, I'm a 7th generation Florida cracker on my dad's side. So that would make you 8th generation Floridian. Florida's finest.
Florida's cracker finest.
Yeah.
So you were born in, what was it, Inverness?
Plant City, Florida, actually.
Plant City.
The strawberry capital of the world.
Did you ever live outside of Florida?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
When did you move?
About 97. I lived in Nashville, Tennessee. Beautiful town. Awesome place. Awesome people. I highly recommend anybody to visit.
Why'd you leave?
Well, I've left in a hurry.
Moving on. Right, so you came back to Florida when you were how old?
I was 23.
Man, I didn't know that. I thought you had went to high school at Inverness.
I did. Yeah.
So after high school you went to Tennessee and then you came back. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, when did you start playing any instrument?
When I was 12 years old.
Hold on. I fucked up my mom's gonna hate me for this. She ain't gonna love me no more. I fucked up the intro. I should have said that my mom is the lead singer for the band Cheap Date and Cheaper Date over in Citrus County, primarily. She plays in other places as well, but I guess I felt kind of awkward about bringing it up because Mom always gets on to me about how she ain't trying to get famous or nothing like that. So I didn't know how to bring it up, I guess. But anyway, she's a hell of a musician.
Thank you.
As I've been listening to her all my life, and you know what I mean, you almost think that everybody's mom is super talented at several different things, you know what I mean? But it's just me.
That's sweet.
Y'all's mom are lame. Anyway, so getting back to it, what was the first instrument you started playing?
Guitar, when I was 12.
So it was acoustic guitar?
Acoustic guitar, yes.
You're 12 years old. When you first started playing, did your mom show you E minor, and then you didn't understand it?
My mom didn't.
Just me?
That was just you. My mom did not know how to play an instrument.
So you just figured it out by yourself? Actually, you went on YouTube to figure it out.
Yeah. If we'd had YouTube, I'd be better than Jimi Hendrix today.
Okay.
But we did not have YouTube back then.
Hot take. Fuego's mom, better than Hendrix? Question mark, as the title. What if? Yeah. If only I had YouTube. Okay. So seriously though, I very much so respect you for your artistic ability and ability to play these different instruments and to just rock the house at any show I've ever seen you at. You always seem like it's like you're out of their league or something like that. You know what I'm saying? It always seems like you're it's beneath you what you're doing. You know what I'm saying? But it's still, I mean, there'd be 200 people
mean
there.
Because it's like a little local show.
I'll give you an example. I was at Norton's, right?
Mm-hmm.
I just went there. I just knew you were going, so I just showed up, right? You tried to get some chicken wings or something.
Yeah.
And there's like 200 people outside, and they're all jamming out. I mean, they're all paying attention. I mean, like that. You are the show. You, Chris. I believe you had a drummer.
Yeah.
Who's that?
Yeah. Well, I'll introduce the band. I'm Melanie Linkus, lead singer, rhythm guitar, and I play fiddle. And my husband is Chris Linkus, and he's our lead guitar player. And he's
a round of applause for Chris. Shout out, Chris. All right, keep going.
And he also he sings harmony. And then we've got Kevin Knoll. He's our bass player.
I like that name, Kevin Knoll. How do you spell Knoll? N-U-L-L?
K-N-O-L-L.
All right, that's not as cool.
Just like grassy knoll.
Okay.
Kevin Knoll.
Keep going.
Yeah, he's our bass player, so he throws the lows for us. And then Chris Chilton is the drummer.
You got Chris Chilton is the drummer, you said, right? Mm-hmm. So you got two Chris's.
Yes.
Do they ever... Because I remember when I was in school, we'd have two Tylers, and then we'd have to figure out which one was Tyler, which one was Ty. So, but with Chris, it's like, do you guys ever have like...
I call them by their last name. Even my husband, if I'm talking to him on stage, I say, hey, Linkus.
You don't call him Chris?
No. Because they'll both look up. So, but yeah, good question.
Oh, yeah, very good question. Well, that's what you're going to get. That's what you get the well thought out, very intellectual, thought-provoking questions that...
Just like usual.
Emotionally charge the audience and just get you going.
Yeah, man, yeah.
Yeah, anyway.
But Cheap Date, yeah. If you ever see us playing, I highly recommend it. It's a good time.
And you got a show coming up in the next month or so?
The full band, no, we don't have anything booked just right now. Currently, we've got some...
Usually you got like a book that has like shit filled, like little dates filled out.
Yeah.
And, like later on in the year, you should have brought that book, and then you could have told me about like, on the 1st of whatever, I'll be here.
Right. I'm pretty sure I'm playing at Mickey's next Friday night.
Yeah,
solo.
But this ain't live though. This is gonna be like 5 Fridays before. Anyway, hopefully if anybody seen Mom at Mickey's, comment. There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, so you started playing acoustic guitar at 12. I started playing basketball at 12.
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't that good at basketball.
You were damn good at basketball.
Thank you, Mama. How good were you at guitar, objectively speaking?
At first, I don't think I was that good. I had a really bad guitar that had, it was a pawn shop guitar, and the action was really high, so you had to press on those strings really hard and almost make your fingers bleed to make a nice sounding note come out of it.
So you were playing with the old school guitar.
So, yeah, and you had to really want to play to pick up that guitar. It hurt to want to make music, but it was worth it to me.
All right.
So,
well, that's a very inspiring story, as much as it sounds like walking up a hill both ways to school.
Yeah.
I do like it. I do respect it. But I do want to move on to my next question being, when do you your first instrument was guitar. Would you say your second instrument was your voice? You started singing after that? I don't mean professionally getting paid, but we'll talk about that later.
I probably misspoke then. I guess I started singing before I ever played guitar.
So you sung before? Well, I did ask you about specifically an instrument, so I think I kind of led you into that. But technically, I guess the voice would be an instrument, right? So you were singing in the shower?
Oh yeah, wherever.
Way before you started.
Yeah, on the school bus, wherever. Right?
What would you sing when you were younger?
Oh, probably Somewhere Over the Rainbow, or...
Is that fat dude that's like from India?
I think you're... No, that's Dorothy from Wizard of Oz, that version.
Oh, yeah, that ain't... You know what song I'm talking about?
I do. I can't remember the guy's name, but he plays ukulele, I think.
I'm gonna look it up.
And he's not Indian. I want to say he's Samoan. Or some island in the Pacific Southwest.
Oh, I got you.
Something like that.
It says Over the Rainbow, song by Israel Kamwakiwauli.
Yeah, that's why I forget his name. That's a tough one. But he very talented. He did pass away.
R.I.P.
Yeah.
Yeah, what a legend. You know, I heard the story about whenever that song came out. It's not the song you were talking about, but it reminded me of this dude. He didn't have enough money to record a song from my recollection of this, how it went down. Like, there's some, like, behind the scenes, like, shit I watched on YouTube, and who knows if it's true or whatever, but there's these two guys that were running this record label or whatever, like the studio. So anyway, this dude, he doesn't have enough money to fucking pay for the shit or whatever, but he fucking, he shows the guys the song, and the guy's like, hey bro, this is a hit. We need this guy to record this shit, right? So he comes in, he records the shit, one take.
Wow.
That's the whole song, one take.
Mm-hmm.
And then he gets some Burger King, I guess, and then he leaves. I can't think of if there's anything more to that story or not. I don't want to say and be wrong.
Is it anybody we've heard of before?
No. Oh. What I was thinking is maybe somebody screwed somebody else over in like a deal.
And stole the song.
Stole the song.
Copyrights.
But I don't know.
Yeah.
So I don't want to say that for sure. But regardless.
You definitely want to copyright your songs, man. That's a safe thing to do. You don't want people ripping your...
Well, you know, I don't do that for every song I do, but I did it for Are We There Yet?
Mm-hmm.
I got another beat I just bought too. And then I got that the intro shit that is going to be debuting in... well, actually, at this point, it would have already had debuted in the last episode, being episode 5.
Oh, okay.
Being that episode 5 didn't drop yet, it's going to drop on the 10th. And then this one will drop on the 10th next month. But, yeah, man, I'm getting more higher production value and whatnot.
I love it. I'm impressed.
I know you said that I sound better than my dad sounded when he used to do radio. And I think that was a good compliment. I think my dad's just a funny guy, good speaker and whatnot, but I could see how he would make for a lame, like, radio host.
I wouldn't say lame. He knew his material. He was a sports talk radio host.
He probably should have just been more funny. He probably shouldn't talk so much about the sports, you know what I'm saying? Like, I got a rap podcast, right? How much
he dropped the F-bomb by accident.
Like one time?
Yeah.
Well, it's got to be hard because he probably had bosses and shit telling him what to do.
Yeah, you're not.
You know
it was live.
That. I just do it, and then hopefully people like it.
Yeah.
Shout out to my dad for paving the way for people like me, taking the punches and. Whew, my man.
Shout out to my ex-husband. Hey, John.
A round of applause for Fuego's mom's ex-husband, John. My man. Anyway, when did you start doing paid gigs? Like, getting paid for the shit. Even if it was $5, whatever the fuck. Tell me about that, and if you can, tell me about the first show that you ever did.
Huh.
That's a good question, right?
Yeah.
I thought about that for like 15 minutes.
Because my first thought was the early 2000s.
Early 2000s.
But actually, I was doing little private parties when I was a teenager. You know, I'd take my guitar and go meet up with my sister somewhere, and we'd go play music, you know. Because she actually taught me my first chords. She showed me G, C, and D. And then within a couple of days, I'd learned most of the other chords. And I was ready. I was off to the races then. So probably my first gig was just a house party.
All right. Was it rather uneventful? Like, you don't remember it?
I remember. I was sober, so yeah, I remember it.
Well, so were you nervous?
Yes, very. It was my first time playing out. So,
how many people were you playing in front of? And did you have a band, or
it was just me that time, and it was in the neighborhood, so there were people there that I knew, and I just showed up. I had a list of songs that I was going to sing, and got tuned up, ready to go, and I rocked it.
You did good.
Yeah.
Cool.
I did well. I wasn't afraid. Once I got started, I was fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But leading up to it, I'm sure the nerves.
Yeah, a little nervous before, like stage fright, you know.
Whenever you did it, did you get like a feeling in your spine, like, or goosebumps or anything? Like, did you feel like, wow, I just unlocked the door or opened the door to something that will, for the next 20 or so years of my life, will be like such a big thing?
I had no idea it would impact my life. It was a hobby, you know. But I knew I loved to sing.
How did you get the first paid gig? Did you have to call people and ask, or did somebody offer?
Somebody came to me. They said, well, you play music. Can you come play at our party?
Yeah.
And I said, sure, no problem.
That's what I need. Hey, anybody got a party they need somebody to play at, go ahead, DM your boy Fuego. Mm-hmm. I'll set it up. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Send Cast Reloaded out there or something. Yeah. Anyway, that's interesting. How do you know how much you got paid for that first gig?
It was probably $50.
$50 though, that ain't bad.
Yeah, not bad.
That'll take you out or out back or get your phone bill paid or something. Do something.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, what is your least favorite song of mine? Because I know what your favorite is, but I think that the better question to ask is, what's the least favorite?
Man,
I know you haven't listened to all of them.
I haven't been
There's
able
so many of them.
You've got so many songs. It would take me.
But I know you've listened to a lot. So that's why I think it's a good question to ask.
It is.
What is your least favorite?
There's really no song that I dislike of yours, but there are some that have a lot of foul language that I tend to, I just skip over that one and find one that's more upbeat, party. You know what kind, like Listen Baby, and there's a couple more that I think you like fan of.
Where's the Love was really
Where's the Love is a good one, yeah.
It sounds really pop sounding.
Yeah, I like positive stuff. But I mean, I like your other music too. I wouldn't say I dislike any of your songs.
Well, thank you. That's very nice of you to say.
My pleasure.
Well, let me think for a second.
Well, while you're thinking, can I give a couple of shout-outs?
Yeah, go ahead and do that.
Okay, I just wanted to say hi to my girl Tina at Salon 19 in Homosassa, Florida, and my girl Shauna Baxter and Kim Kolch. And if you guys get a chance to go kayak and go down to Chazawiska, there's a nice place down there to rent kayaks, and they've got cottages and stuff. Nice place. I'm going to be playing there, I think next month sometime. So.
Do you know the name of the venue or whatever? The rest, wherever it's at?
Chazawiska Campground, I believe.
Okay.
Is the name of it.
Cool.
Yeah. So, and to the local bands out there, just wanted to say hi. Hat Trick, Remember This, Jezebel, Deja Blues, Muds, George Marshall, Kevin Zecker, Casey Young. Heck, I'll even go so far as to say hello to JoJo Jones. There's a lot of good talent in this county, and just wanted to give them all a shout out real quick.
Well, hey, shout out to everybody. That's Florida's finest right there. We're going to go ahead and take a break now, but when we get back, we're going to talk about some political shit that my mom wants to talk about, and we're going to get right into it. What'd you say?
And the lying media.
And the lying media. There you go. Alright. Mom, you were telling me something super interesting. Can you please reiterate that one more time?
Yeah. I was...
How about your another passion?
Yeah, another one of my passions in life, besides family, of course, and music, is I like to garden. I like growing things. I was a farmer's daughter when I was a kid. And,
school!
Yeah. So, being from Plant City, everybody grew strawberries down there and other things. But right now I'm growing different varieties of citrus, a lot of blueberries. I've got a bunch of Barbados cherries, so kind of tropical fruit trees.
And this is a good way to segue into the political side of this episode. mean, that I already know the answer, but if you don't mind telling the people, or actually, I think I know the answer. Maybe I'm wrong. Lord knows I've been wrong before. Why do you have such an extensive garden that you do?
I think it started in 2020 when COVID hit and during the lockdowns.
Right.
And I was hearing about Gretchen Whitmer, the governor of Michigan.
Carry on.
She was telling, her constituents that they were not allowed to purchase garden seeds for their gardens during lockdown while they couldn't go out and, go to the grocery store or anything. And I just felt like, wow, I really can't stand that lady. So I'm going to do the exact opposite of what she's telling her people to do. Because, our great Governor DeSantis, he didn't lock us down for extensive periods. He didn't tell us we could not.
Hold on a second. I got the sound effect for a round of applause. I'm going to put it in right there. Shout out Ron DeSantis. Skoo! Mama, can I get a skoo for Ron DeSantis?
Skoo!
Hell yeah. That's what's up. My dog looking. He don't know what's going on right now.
Hey, Vader.
It's okay. Baby.
That's my grand dog.
All right, so back to what you were saying.
So, yeah, during the lockdowns, COVID, it kind of got me more interested in gardening, so I kind of went nuts and bought a bunch of fruit trees and started saving seeds, even seeds from, because they were actually telling you not to buy seeds in certain states. I thought, wow, I better start saving seeds. So, I've been, doing that for the last couple of years, and for the last couple of months, I've been kind of prepping my pantry, and I suggest really all your listeners do that because there are, and even Biden said so a couple of weeks ago.
Hey, y'all got to re-up.
Yeah, Biden mentioned food shortages, that they were going to be real.
The drought has come.
But yeah, as a matter of fact, there is a drought right now in the western United States. It's really frightening. The Midwest, they're not farming like they do every year because fertilizer is so high. Everything's high. I guess you've noticed. I'm sure all your listeners know.
My listeners are actually high themselves. the majority of them.
Well, so are we, so that's fine.
There you go.
But yeah, so, we've got to be worried about food shortages, not just because of what I just mentioned, but Ukraine and Russia are the bread bowls of the world. They grow almost all of the wheat, and it's exported out into the world. So right now, they're not doing that.
They got wheat up there?
They're at war.
I thought they were...
Yeah, and grain, yeah.
I thought in Ukraine more so than Russia.
And Russia, yeah, both of them.
Huh,
yeah.
I didn't know Russia had so much wheat.
Yeah,
I thought that they was full of tundra over there.
Yeah, no.
The video game I play on my computer... They got a whole bunch of tundra. You can't even make a farm on that shit. I know if my dad listening, he know exactly what the fuck I'm talking about on that Civilization game. You can't make no farm on
You guys still play that game? Y'all been playing that game since you were 4 years old.
Yeah, but the thing is, he been playing it
even longer
than that, yeah. Right? But the thing is, there's a difficulty level on it. Between 1 to 8, he used to always play on 4. Then he thought he was a big shot playing on 5. I said, fuck that shit. I'm playing on 8. Ooh. The hardest difficulty there is. And it took me about 4,000. Actually, took me about 350 tries. And then I eventually got it right to where I won the first game without cheating or doing anything like that.
So you're like the Bill Gates of Civilization?
Basically, that's what I'm trying to say.
Except you didn't cheat.
Well, yeah, I didn't cheat. Yeah, that's the only difference.
That's cool.
Yeah, that's funny.
Thank you. Yeah.
So anyway, segueing from the COVID, there's a list of different topics that you'd like to get into, and it's all kind of scrambled. So
it's all scrambled, but it's a lot. It's related to in a way.
Well, I understand, but why I say that is because I think that the best way to go about this next segment, where we're discussing more politically charged topics, is for you to just read off the topics that you have written down, because you got so much stuff. Sure, we're not going to be able to go through it all today. Sure. So if you just list off some stuff, and then I'll try to point out something that I can contribute to.
right.
or that seems interesting, or something that we should, enlighten the audience about.
Sure.
So if you could just start with that.
All right. Well, we've got
what do you got?
The media and their lies. We've got the food processing.
Well, let's just go ahead and do it. The media. All right.
You want to start with that?
Yeah, I'll start this one.
Okay. Yeah, go ahead.
Listen, America, the people. The media might lie to you. I might lie to you too. But the difference is, I'll tell you, I'll probably lie to you. You know what I'm saying? So you're at least getting a half-truth. And you can count on that. FuegoTV, baby. School! Round of applause effect needs to go right there, too.
And this is not brought to you by Pfizer.
Not Pfizer. What is Pfizer?
Pfizer is a pharmaceutical company. They make vaccines.
Oh, yeah. One of the, what's that?
But they also fund the FDA, who approves whether they're allowed to make the vaccines. Interesting.
I need to get that, that piano shit, that dun, dun, dun.
Yeah.
I need to get that shit.
Right there. Yeah. Right there. Put it right there.
Insert,
dun, dun, dun.
Insert climactic piano effect here. Yeah. Gotta make that mental note for myself. Yeah. But whenever I go back to engineer this shit, that I can remember to put that there. So, you said the media is lying. I started out by telling the people that you know that I'm only lying to you a little bit. And so let's say, Mom, say with me being a 23-year-old young man, where do I go to get some unbiased news besides FuegoTV?
I was going to say FuegoTV. But actually, I guess I am biased because I feel like the media lies to us, the government lies to us. They're all lying, No, I mean, if they're opening their mouths, they're lying. You catch them all the time, the Russian collusion hoax. Taxpayers.
How you know somebody in the media is lying? If they're listening.
That's right. Believe that.
Yeah. No, but except me. Of course.
For instance, the Don't Say Gay bill. That's what the left calls it. The right calls it the anti-groomer bill. It's the parental rights and education bill. The word gay isn't even mentioned in there.
So what? I hear the word gay isn't mentioned in it, right?
Right.
But for me, being a 23-year-old guy who just goes to work, I make music, and I watch a little bit of history shit off of YouTube. You know what I'm saying? But by no means am I no expert at history. However, I might just go ahead and proclaim myself the historian expert of FuegoTV at this point. But until we get somebody more qualified to take the lead. However, let's see. This is the first time let's see, what were we just saying?
Well, we were talking about the Don't Say Gay bill, the anti-groomer bill.
Yeah. So with me being kind of out of the loop, I don't see the significance of the word gay not being mentioned in this bill. Because that seems to be the leg that you stand on with that, right? Is it?
No, I think it's silly the way the media, what my point is the media saying, they coined it the Don't Say Gay bill.
Right.
That's they're all left-leaning, just like Hollywood. They're all left-leaning. And, DeSantis, obviously, he's a Republican governor. He just wants to prevent educators from discussing gender in the classrooms. Gender studies, I mean, kindergartners don't need to be told that if they feel uncomfortable, they could go change into a dress and little Jimmy can become Jenny. And they won't tell the parents. That's the trouble. That's the trouble, the secrets between parents and teachers. And if you go on Libs of TikTok, you'll see all these crazy, far left liberal teachers that are just basically grooming children. They're having them say the Pledge of Allegiance to the rainbow flag.
Well, what I really think it would be is like an overcorrection. It's human nature to a lot of times whenever you're driving, right? And then you veer off a little to the side. Maybe it's early in the morning or you've been drinking or whatever the case is.
and you veer off a little to the side, you doze off maybe, and then you kind of snap out of it, and you realize like you're going off the road a little bit, right? So then you correct to try to get back on the road, but sometimes you since you're tired, you know what I'm saying, you overcorrect because your mind's just not right. So that's how probably a lot of accidents happen, and I might have just forgot how that ties in exactly to the point that we were just talking about there.
No, I'm sure it'll.
What were we just talking about?
Well, you know.
Try to tie it back.
Ladies and gentlemen, I finally remembered what I was talking about. I had to go back and listen to it because I had no idea what it was, and I wasn't about to forget my point. So Mom was saying about how they
lie in the media.
Well, no, that's not what we were talking about. Right before I forgot my point tied in. You were talking about how the teachers in school are basically grooming the kids.
Not all, just on TikTok, we see teachers that are doing that. Let's be clear on that. I'm not trying to say all teachers are doing that at all.
That's a good correction.
Yeah. But they brag about it on TikTok.
Some teachers brag about grooming kids on TikTok.
Which has caused DeSantis to have to even do this parental rights and education bill. That's what it's called.
And my point was that I think the overcorrection of the being on the road ties into that, because I feel like that's what the teachers are doing. I don't think that you can really say that they're tired, you know what I'm saying? But for some reason they feel the need to do that. And I do see a lot on social media, I guess, a lot of left-wing ideas and stuff saying that, you know what I mean, almost like shaming you if you're thinking something that isn't inclusive of everybody.
Sure, yeah. I mean, and I get why people would feel that way, because you've got basically right now two different types of people in America. You've got your traditional people with their traditional values, typically Christian or whatever. And then you've got your progressives. And they're all for anything. I mean, if you identify as a hamster, go for it, you know. But, traditional people don't engage in lies. You know, that's one of the sins. We try to follow the teachings of Jesus. So, he's against certain things, and we're just trying to uphold those beliefs that this country was founded on. We're not bigots. Nobody hates gay people. Nobody hates trans people. It's not like that, but that's what they're making it out to be. Like, oh, you guys are just, all you Republicans or all you conservatives, you're all just bigots. You're all just white supremacists. I've been listening to the media call my friends that. Some of them are dark-skinned. How can they be white supremacists? But, if you vote a certain way, then they just lump you in a category, and I just think it's gross. And it's just causing more division in the country, as if we didn't already have enough. So I urge people, I don't know, I can't really point you in a direction of, reliable media coverage as far as mainstream. Because they've all taken money, not all, okay, I do have a list here, but it's a big portion of them.
Take your time.
They've taken bribes.
My mom has about 12 different pieces of paper she's been rustling through right next to the microphone. And
sorry
one
about
of them
that.
is a list.
Yeah, it's just, the media, most of the media, for instance, Time Magazine.
What about Time?
Let me just give you an entire list first, and then ask me. Okay. Time Magazine, the BBC. The New York Times.
The BBC being the British broadcaster?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. The New York Times, the Wall Street Journal. There's many, many more. I don't really see my little list here right now, but they've all taken multi-million-dollar, I call it bribes, but they call it advertising costs. And they're trying to paint the CCP in a happier light to the world.
The CCP?
Yeah, the Chinese Communist Party. Yeah, They've all taken money from China. Now, that is easily verified. You can look it up.
How do you verify that?
You look it up on Google. They didn't try to hide it.
All right, so are you saying that right now, would you be able to produce a link, send it to me, let FuegoTV verify it for the audience?
Sure. I can send you multiple.
If I co-sign it, at least providing the information to the people to make their own conclusion.
Yeah.
Then is this some information that we'd be able to get out to the people?
Yeah, I can send you multiple links. No problem.
So what I'll do is, ladies and gentlemen, if you'd like to learn more about that or see the information she's talking about this topic or any other topics that we go over, and that she has a link that she'd like to share in the description, then we'll go ahead and do that, and you can just find it on the description and below the video. And yeah, that was a very good self-promo right there. What my mom keeps pointing her finger up. What have you pointed?
Yeah, I found that list of the rest of the media companies.
Before you go over the rest of the list, since I'm already talking, let me ask you about the BBC, because that's one of my favorite places to get news from.
Yeah.
I like the way that all the people talk with a British accent. I think that's cool. They dress cool. There's one lady on there that's kind of cute.
I used to go to the BBC for news. I used to go to MSNBC for news. I was a liberal in the 90s, so I mean, I've tried it all.
You tried it all?
I tried it all.
Well, Mom, tell me what you know about BBC then.
Well, I know two things. They've taken money.
Carry on.
They've taken money from the CCP, and they've taken money from Bill Gates.
Bill Gates.
Now, if
Bill Gates got a lot of money, though.
Yeah, but
he might give me some money. He got so much.
Think about an interview where you've already paid the person to paint you in a pretty light to the rest of the world. You know, is that an honest interview? Is that integrity in journalism?
No.
I would say no.
No.
And if you look up your favorite media outlet, whoever is listening,
you know what?
you'll find that they are corrupt as hell.
My favorite media outlet besides FuegoTV is The Odd Couple with Chris Bassard and Rob Parker right now. They just talking about sports.
I like Joe Rogan. I like Glenn Beck on The Daily Wire. Those
I like
guys.
Glenn Beck's name. He got a real cool name.
Michael Knowles is good.
Knowles.
Dave Rubin.
That's a funny name.
You know, all those guys. I never caught him lying. You know, Russell Brand.
Russell Brand is solid, dude.
He's coming up. He's almost on 6 million subscribers.
He's actually the hole that was left on YouTube, because YouTube gets a lot of the podcast audience. Like a lot of people who watch podcasts, they watch it on YouTube. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean,
I'm not saying the majority, but a lot of people.
You get it cut off, though. You don't get to hear the whole thing, though, because they will censor certain ideas.
All right,
if they don't agree.
Well, my point was, I think when Joe Rogan signed that $400 gazillion deal with Spotify, that left a hole on YouTube because it was exclusive for Spotify. So that means that all Joe Rogan's content is therefore limited, severely, heavily restricted on YouTube. So what that did is everybody who didn't want to go on Spotify, they ended up going to Russell Brand, I feel like. I mean, Russell Brand was getting a solid 1 to 2 mil while Joe Rogan was on YouTube. But now it's like, I mean, I'm talking about in like 3 days. 3 days he'll have 2 mil. But now it's like 3 days he'll have 7 mil. Like, there's no way 7 million people watch CNN on their fucking TV. Oh, sorry, Mom.
No, go ahead.
No, on their TV.
I get fired up, too.
No, that's got to be funny. Yeah, sorry, Mom. Yeah. Anyway,
But yeah.
No, there's no way there's that many people watching CNN or Fox News.
Yeah, they probably forgot to unsubscribe when they caught them lying. That's all.
No, I'm saying no. I'm not saying that CNN is getting views and that Russell Brand is getting less. I'm saying that Russell Brand is getting so much more. I mean, you go on CNN's YouTube channel and you'll see they're not getting. I was comparing it to the TV because that's where the majority. It's not even comparable on YouTube. Obviously, Russell Brand's way ahead on there.
Right.
You just look at the numbers, or look at the comments. If CNN lets you comment, sometimes they just turn off the comments. They don't even want to put up with the people what they got to say. You know what I mean?
You know what's great about Russell Brand and the Glenn Becks and the Dave Rubins? They don't, especially Russell Brand. He's actually left-leaning, you know, and I don't agree with some of his politics, but I still find him to be an honest journalist with integrity. Yeah. You know, he shows links. You can read the stuff that he's talking about. I mean,
very, very respectable journalist.
Yeah, and who would have thought, you know, 10 years ago, you know, forgetting Sarah Marshall, you know.
Well, it turns out he's more than just a pretty face.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. Shout out Russell Brand. I'm not going to do a round of applause for that. I got to say, you got to have a line. You can't just round of applause.
Yeah.
Round of, maybe next time, Russ. Anyway, well, so we went over a couple of guys, Joe Rogan, Russell Brand, and you said Glenn Beck, and you said one guy, Russell Brand, being that leans left a little bit at least. Mm-hmm. Would you say that those are some honest places that you can go to get some objective journalism, truths from current events, what's going on?
It's honest journalism, objective, yeah, but, you know, certain ones are more biased than others, you know.
Can you go into specifics?
Well, you know, Glenn Beck doesn't make it a secret that he, you know, doesn't respect the left. I mean, as far as their policies, and if you believe in God, if you believe that, you know, life begins at conception, then you don't believe in abortion. So therefore, you can't vote for that. If you believe that it's wrong to kill a human being in the womb, you know, if you have the right to liberty, life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness, that should mean everybody, right?
Well, unless you're black, right?
Well,
no, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, that's...
sorry.
It just depends on, you know, where you're at, I guess. But, you know, I love everybody equally, you know, and we're mixed. We're all mixed races anyway, you know. I'm part Irish, I'm part German,
well, I'll tell you right now,
part Conga African.
I'll tell you right now, only because it's relevant to what you're saying. I've said it since day one. Whenever I was in school, and they had it where you on the test, the FCAT or whatever, they say name, and then you put Tyler Morrison, right? And then the next thing is gender, right? So it's a male or female. I'm like, all right, cool. I mean, they want to know if I'm a male or female. I guess. I mean, am I going to get the question wrong though? I mean,
well, nowadays,
am I going to fail the test?
Nowadays, you can't. I don't think.
All right. So, but my point being, after that, it says what's your ethnicity or your race, right? But I always ask the question, why? Why does it matter what race I am?
Take that question and throw it off every job application. Get rid of it.
The only thing you should know is my name.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? So
name and social security so they can track us.
No, I mean for a test at school.
Oh, sure, yeah.
Because you got to know what student did the test, right? You know what I'm saying? So you got to know the name. But in terms of the statistics or whatever, I hear that as a common argument as to why you would want to wait for the census and all that shit. But fuck the census. FuegoTV official statement right here. Fuck this census.
The only reason that's important is state funding.
Sorry, Mom. I shouldn't curse in front of you.
No, it's fine. But the only reason census is important is for state funding. Like, how many people live in this neighborhood, that's how much money we'll give.
Yeah, but we don't got to know if they're black or not. We should just know how many people. That's it.
I say take that question off every birth certificate, every job application. Get rid of it altogether. Because it's not as important as the media is making it out to be.
Hey, so would you say you're a Republican, Mom?
No.
No?
No. I'm a registered independent.
All right,
I think everybody in our government is completely corrupt.
Let me finish my point before you go. My mom's a registered independent, Fuego's mom, and Fuego himself, official announcement, I'm registered as a Republican, and you heard it here first. An independent and a Republican. Not racist.
Yeah.
Breaking news. Round of applause right here.
And you know,
Bill Gates couldn't get it, but me and you are going to get it for the people.
I actually commend you for being a Republican. Some of my best friends who are business owners, they saved their money, they worked hard their whole lives, finally were able to open a shop of their own.
Well, let's not go too far.
No, but the point is, they vote because it suits them as far as taxes.
I vote. I've never voted Democrat at anything in my life. Mm-hmm. But the thing is, what I'm saying is, if I hear Joe Biden say something and I like what he says, I'll say, hey, I like that. Like, I feel like his speech on I'll give an example right now so people don't think I'm just talking shit. He was talking about the Ukraine and Russian war and whatever. And I know it's a completely different situation than what, who was it? Who was that guy that, during Pearl Harbor? The president.
During Pearl Harbor?
Yeah.
Truman?
No, it wasn't that.
Eisenhower?
No. Hold on. Pearl Harbor.
According to Wikipedia, the attack on Pearl Harbor was a surprise military strike by the
Shut the fuck up. Sorry,
Well, that was vague.
States against the naval base at Pearl Harbor in Honolulu.
Pearl Harbor president.
We're getting off track, though, aren't we?
No. Absolutely not. Franklin D. Roosevelt.
Oh, Roosevelt. Right.
It was Roosevelt, right?
Mm-hmm.
He was the guy who did the speech.
I imagine.
Let me look that up. Hold on. This is fine. The people don't care. Pearl Harbor speech. It was Roosevelt, huh? Yep. Okay. So anyway, I watched that Franklin Roosevelt speech, and believe it or not, even though I can't remember the guy's name, I only watched the speech once. I didn't watch it 400 times, so that's why I don't remember it. But my point is, I compared Joe Biden's speech. I don't remember which speech, but one of them, I felt like I watched the thing live. You know what I'm saying? And I felt similar to how I felt watching the Franklin Roosevelt address the Pearl Harbor attack. So like I said earlier, I know it's a completely different situation, so it's not very much so comparable. But I think that Joe Biden, forget the fact that we have like a low standard for him being able to do press conferences or just talk in general or even walk upstairs, anything. I mean, even in Australia, it was just like, it's like a cartoon. It's like
everybody's laughing at it.
Everybody. But
we're right for the picking.
But the thing is, that's just the truth, like what it looks like. You know what I'm saying? We're just talking about what it looks like. But whenever I seen him address the Ukraine shit and whatnot, saying that like we're standing with the people of Ukraine and all that shit, it was very moving. It was very believing. It sounded like he had some nuts, if I may say so myself.
Trump can kick his ass, guaranteed.
Well, I like what I heard from him. He is the leader, our president. You know what I'm saying? And if just because I didn't want him to win the presidential election doesn't mean that I'm going to always be on the side of that. I don't like what he does because it's him doing it. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's good.
Like I owe it to myself and everybody
and your country, your fellow countrymen, to back your president.
No, to just call it how I see it. You know what I'm saying? Because there's some right or amendment that says that if your government's corrupt, you got the right to stand up against it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's not just support blind faith. You know what I'm saying? So, but there's got to be a line. And I just try to call it how I see it. You know what I mean? And I've seen some shit that I like from Joe Biden, and I've also seen him get proven wrong, and that's what he said, be proven wrong the next day. You know what I'm saying? So it's tough, but you got to keep an eye out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, definitely. Research everything you hear. Don't believe it. The media has a way of splicing, if say, for instance, because I've seen them do it with Trump during his presidency, the media would take an hour-long video, and then they would splice it, cut it, and then make sentences, put them together in ways that didn't even, that wasn't the point. So, I've seen them lie. I've seen them. So you really got to research everything you hear. Seriously. Every one of those.
Unless it comes from FuegoTV.
Yeah.
Now, that's just my statement.
Take
Mom
that as
doesn't
a
have to
gospel.
co-sign that, but if I say it, it's a fact.
So, for
Straight
instance, CNN, Fox, NBC, ABC, they've all taken money from the CCP.
And you heard it here first. Last episode,
there was breaking news, which obviously you haven't heard yet, being that it hasn't released yet, but Elvis Presley still alive. Did I ever tell you about that revealing information that came out on the last episode?
People have mentioned that before, but no, you didn't tell me.
Well,
excuse me.
Infinite T, one of the best rappers in the area, he came on to the podcast and he brought his girl. And his girl was sitting on the couch for the majority of the time, but eventually she got on that stool and she sat over there and she was talking and we were mainly talking to Infinite T and in the midst of promoting everything and going over these different topics. We were talking about like a Bigfoot conspiracy or some shit like that, and then once the
do I need to get my tinfoil hat?
No, once the topic of conspiracy came up, though, then she volunteered that there's actually evidence of Elvis Presley still being alive. And if anybody would like to hear more about that, you go ahead and check out the episode 5 of FuegoTV featuring Infinite T. And there's some breaking news.
I'll check it out.
I mean, that's super interesting, right? I mean, who knew?
Is that dropping next on Mother's Day?
It's dropping on the 10th.
That's Mother's Day, yep.
Oh, man, I should have this one drop on.
It's also your grandma's birthday that day, so don't forget to give her a call.
Should I call Grandma right now?
No, it's her birthday's on Mother's Day. So, next week. I'll remind you.
I'll go ahead and give her a call anyway.
Feel free.
See if she answers.
Don't ask her about politics.
I ain't going to ask her. I'm just going to say that.
While you're waiting, did you know that 43% of transgender patients regret their surgeries? Many commit suicide.
No, I didn't know that.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
That sounds very depressing. Hey, Nana.
Put her on speaker.
She is on speaker.
Oh, okay.
Hey, Nana, I love you. I just wanted to say, hey, I got Mom here.
Hey, Mama.
Hey, honey.
We're live. Well, no, we're not live, but we're recording Fuego TV podcast number 6.
Good. I like the idea of that.
Thank you, Nana. I figured we were talking about you, and we were talking good things mostly, and I figured I'd give you a call and say I love you.
I'll have to find out about that mostly one of these days.
I'm gonna tell you. You know me, Nana. I ain't pulling no punches when it comes to talking to you.
I know it.
Well, Nana.
Do a good job for me, okay?
I will. Hey, can you tell? I don't like telling people to subscribe or whatever because I think it's corny, and I don't want to be corny. But I feel like it's okay if you do it. So can you tell the people to like, comment, and subscribe to the video, and then I'll go ahead and say goodbye and get back to it. No.
Wait a minute. That's too many words.
Tell the people to subscribe. That's probably the best thing you could have said right there.
We love you, Mom.
All right, Nana, I love you.
Talk to you soon.
All right, bye. Yeah, I almost got it.
She's the reason I drink. I'm just kidding. I love my mama.
Yeah, she's the best. Yeah, maybe one day I'll be able to get her on the podcast. Mm-hmm. I know I regretted not trying to. I wish I had the podcast going like 2 years ago.
Oh, when Paul was around. Yeah.
Because Paul had them stories he'd tell over and over again.
Oh, for sure.
And it'd be great to get it recorded so then he could finally stop telling the stories. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like,
no, he was never going to do that.
I'm just kidding. Yeah. Anyway.
He was never going to do that.
All right. So we went off topic. Super.
A few times. Yeah.
We went off topic and then that new topic that we went off to. We went off topic from there.
It was a good
and then we went off topic again. But now let's try to reel it back in as the professional, because I gotta lead by example. Mom, please go back over that list and tell me the next topic, because we just went we just went over fake media, and now the people know. If you want some truth, you ain't gonna get it. All right, so moving on.
Yeah.
What's next?
Well, one of the things that the media is currently lying about or suppressing.
No.
Which is the food processing plants. And I wanted to mention that.
Food processing plants.
Yeah. The ones that have burned down in the last 30 days. There's been over a dozen.
All right. Tell me about the food process. Why is that important?
Well, obviously.
Is that where the food gets processed?
Yeah, these are the biggest ones.
Hold on. Is that like the chicken nuggets at McDonald's processed? Like not real chicken?
Yeah.
So who cares if we don't got not real chicken? I don't want that shit.
Yeah.
Sorry, Mama. I don't mean to curse again.
That's all right.
Yeah. The people don't care, but I try not to curse in front of my mama. I don't even.
Would you like me to tell you about the places that are burned down? It's pretty nuts. I mean, these are like the biggest food processing places in America. Azure Standard Headquarters, Taylor Farms, Gem State Processing, Maricopa Food Pantry, Shearer's Food, Rio Fresh. Now, these don't sound like anything, but you don't hear these names all the time, but these are big companies. They're the biggest processing food plants in the country. But if you go back to 2020, this has actually been going on, and this is suspicious to say the least. For over a dozen food processing plants, big ones that feed people, that we need, for them all to burn down. 2 of them, planes crashed into them, but the rest of them just burnt down to the ground. That is suspicious, to say the least, especially when there's already a global food crisis going on. Not being able to grow, and ship wheat and grains from Ukraine and Russia.
So do you think it's possible that there's some domestic or foreign terrorism going on, rather covertly or it's getting hidden from the media in some way?
The media is in on the covering up of it. Because if you try to share, say on Facebook or Twitter...
No, not Twitter. Twitter's fine.
Well, Twitter now, but say on Facebook...
Hey, shout out Elon Musk for buying Twitter. The day that he did it, I downloaded it back.
Good.
I'm back. I got like 1 follower right now.
Oh, cool.
But the thing is I see there's a major difference, and you can just see everybody. It just feels like weights have been lifted upon them. You know what I'm saying? Like there is a burden that is upon them that is no more.
Yeah. It's like talking.
Now.
It's like speaking in town square, right?
It's a wonderful thing
where you can debate ideas.
And you don't have to worry about getting put in Facebook jail or some shit just for offending somebody.
Yeah.
I can't tell you how many times I got banned off Facebook for being a bully, they say.
My account is restricted as we speak.
Mine too. They say that my shit, they're going to show my shit to less people.
Yeah, that's what mine said.
Yeah. Yeah.
My liberal friends, though, that's not an issue for them for some reason. Yeah. Well, they're going along with the narrative, I have trust issues.
So, back to what we were talking about with the power plants. What do you think about
processing?
The processing plants. The food processing plants, more specifically. What do you think about that, rather why it happened or what's going on specifically?
I can't really guess why.
Well, give it a guess.
It seems like it's evil. It seems like there's something going on where they're messing with our food chain and our food supply. And we're not noticing it right this second. If you go buy groceries, you'll see some empty shelves here and there, but there's a huge baby formula shortage right now. And that's a big deal. Mamas need to feed their babies, We're about to have a big rice shortage. Corn is, going to be hard to come by here. And corn, we need corn for liquor.
I had plenty of corn last night in my toilet.
Thanks for sharing.
Sorry, Mom. Yeah. But that's part of the reason why you've been growing as much shit as you've been growing. Because, ladies and gentlemen, anybody listening right now, my mom has such a big-ass farm in the backyard that she wanted to get some goats even. She got chickens already. She got ducks.
Eggs. That's a protein,
It sounds crazy, but the thing is really it's smart, and it's all easily manageable, and it's worth it in terms of like the money and like it saves money. a dollar saved is a dollar earned.
Sure, man.
Shit, yeah.
I highly recommend a backyard flock to anybody who's got a little bit of room.
And just in case times are hard, it's going to be less hard for my mama.
Yeah.
Like right now, kind of with inflation and whatnot, you know what I mean? You save money on, you don't have to deal with the inflation of onions, you know what I'm saying? 'Cause you got onions.
Mm-hmm. Right on. Or eggs. Yeah, eggs go up.
I got
Trouble
eggs.
is the cost of feed has
I
gone
got
up.
eggs in my fridge right now. But the question is, why did I not get the eggs from you?
Well, I know. Why didn't you? Well, you would have gotten them, but left them
That's
on the
what I'm
counter.
asking
You would have
you.
left them on the counter by accident.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's right. All right. So now that we got that settled, what's next? What else do you got?
Man, I tell you, I mean, we're pumping them out. You know, we covered the music, the shout outs, the media lies, the gardening. I want to just make sure you guys are doing some prepping. You know, prep your pantry, put some ravioli in there, canned meat, anything that's non-perishable, because you're going to notice empty shelves in the next 6 months or so. And I also wanted to say, if you get a chance to subscribe to the Ice Age Farmer, he's got a lot of information on what's going on in the food, with the food situation.
Is that on YouTube?
Yeah.
The Ice Age Farmer.
Ice Age Farmer, yeah.
That's a nice name.
Yeah.
Well, go over your list. Let's some more topics.
We're getting there. We're kind of getting.
Don't tell me you're getting nervous now.
No, not at all. Not at all.
Well, you got like 400 things written down. It looks like. Yeah. We only talked about 6.
Sure. Well, we can talk about the way that Hollywood and the media are glamorizing trans kids. And encouraging them to go on.
We already went over that.
Yeah, but
don't say gay.
But they're encouraging them so that they can put them on puberty blockers. Now here we go with the FDA and the big pharma again.
I've heard Joe Rogan talk about some stuff like that before.
Yeah, so they're basically just pushing the FDA is in bed with the government. The government is in bed with big pharma. They're all in bed together. You scratch my back, I'll scratch yours. So, the left is going to push for trans rights because the left is funded by big pharma who's making a bunch of money on these hormone blockers. See, it's all dirty and corrupt. It's all disgustingly evil. Every once in a while you get a few good politicians, but then they end up being corrupt too. So really,
Well, I'll tell you what, man, one of these days, Fuego gonna run for governor or president or some shit, and y'all can vote for Fuego.
Hell yeah, I'll vote for you.
Fuego for prez.
I'm pretty sure though, if you're a registered independent, you gotta pick a party so you can vote in the primary. So I may have to do that here before too long.
You didn't vote in the primary last year? Or last election, rather?
Yeah, no, I voted. Yeah,
in the primary?
No, not the primary. I voted for the last election.
So,
but in the next election, you have to kind of. I don't know if that's changed or not, but you have to kind of pick a side.
Well, there's some more breaking news, ladies and gentlemen. The voter election fraud thing. I got some news.
Let's call it irregularities or whatever they call it.
Well, they had there's not. I don't know about irregularity. There's 2 guys who were convicted and found guilty in the court of law in the Villages. Mm-hmm. It's real close to where we're at right now, and there's a story on Florida Man News that's coming up where I'll get more into it and whatnot. But it's not a theory or about no irregularity. I mean, they voted twice. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, I'll get more into it later about the specifics of it. But more breaking news. It's all my mom's fault. She didn't vote last year. In the last election.
Yes, I did.
You in the primary.
I voted for Trump twice. I think there might have been some. The first time. No, not in the same election. I voted for Trump the first time he ran. And then the next time he ran, I voted for Trump.
Okay, so when you say you didn't vote in the primary,
that's the
election,
first.
What is that? What is the primary?
I really don't know. I'm not that good at politics. I just heard somebody said the other day that if you're not a registered Republican, you can't vote for a Republican in the primary.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, America, it's not my mom's fault.
Yeah, please do not cite anything I just said.
Don't blame my mom.
Yeah.
I was wrong. I jumped the gun. Sorry, Mom.
I
blamed you too early. My bad, Mama.
No, I voted for Trump twice, but I am a registered independent.
So it's not your fault.
Yeah.
All right, so that much is clear.
Yeah.
Well, now, you mentioned earlier, the last time I had to pause to remember my point that I forgot. You mentioned there was a list of media lies that you could read if I need to. And I will say, would you like to go into that? Or would you like for me to just segue into the Florida man?
Just a list of them.
Okay. Well,
I don't have to get into deep, they can check them out.
No pressure.
But it's been proven that the Russian collusion was 100% a hoax. And Hillary Clinton is going to court now, or her people are. They have to go to court to prove that they didn't have anything to do with it, that they didn't do a bunch of shady stuff. And, we had to basically pay for the court hearings to prove that it was all a hoax. And that was before he was elected. Then we've got the other lies they've told, like the vaccine is 100% effective. Remember when it first came out? It's 100% effective of preventing you from getting COVID. Then a few weeks later, several weeks later, all of a sudden it was 84% effective, really. And then, a month later, studies show it's only actually like 45%. Then they backed it down to 34%. And all this was really just about to get you to get your booster shot. Because you got...
Well, there's like 7 booster shots, though, right?
I think there's 4 now. Or maybe, I don't know what they're up to at this point.
Yeah, I don't know. That's just way too many shots.
Don't forget, they lied about the Hunter Biden laptop.
Last time I had 7
Hunter
shots,
Biden
I ended
laptop.
up butt naked running down the highway.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I can't do shots like that.
Don't forget the Hunter Biden laptop, though.
Tell the people about the Hunter Biden laptop. Now, my dad works with Hunter, the shit that runs the irrigation system. Now, I assume this is different.
Well, Hunter Biden is our president's son who put a...
Joe Biden's son.
Yeah.
Okay.
You've never heard of him? Or maybe
no, I have. I'm just trying to... I'm trying my best to be a host of a podcast.
Well, I didn't know I was going to have to do the biography of Hunter Biden. But he is Joe Biden's son, and he put a laptop that had a lot of shady shit in it. He just dropped it off at a repair shop in Maryland. Well, somebody got a hold of it. You're laughing. Somebody got a hold of it, and then all of a sudden it's like, oh, no, that's misinformation. That's a Russian collaboration. They're just trying to jump on, and it was all bullshit, and all the media lied about it. Come to find out it was true. All the stuff that's in it. And I urge you guys to look and see what is on those emails and the pictures that Hunter Biden had on his laptop.
And I want to ask you, where can people find that? But first I want to say, insert that climactic piano effect here again. Maybe even twice. Do it 3 times even right here. That was a mic dropper right there. That was a big statement.
Finding out the truth, it's so difficult. You have to dig and dig and dig. So you can't just listen to mainstream. Like I said earlier, they're going to lie. So, when they said there was no election fraud and they banned everybody from Facebook for even talking about it, and YouTube. But, thousands of dead people voted for Biden. How is that possible?
Well, the thing is, I don't want you to seem like you're on an island here by yourself, because while I will push back if I have a question about what you say, I also want to volunteer that I've seen what you're claiming about the media lying straight up before.
Oh, yeah.
Now, my best example I can provide is whenever the presidential debate between Joe Biden and Trump went on, there was a moment where, everybody's obviously ganging up on Trump. The moderator is not neutral at all.
Oh, it was disgusting.
So what it is the moderator asked Trump
to condemn white supremacy, as if that's fair at all. You know what I'm saying? Nobody asked Joe Biden to do that.
Right.
That's like everybody gets caught smoking, and then only the black guy gets drugged.
Biden voted for segregation, so we know he's not going to. But anyway,
just straight up bullshit. You know what I'm saying? You know what it is.
But what they did, I know. Can I finish for you?
Finish.
Yeah. So what they ended up doing, Trump did several interviews where he said, I condemn that, but they always cut it off at the end. So for instance, you guys can look it up. Trump said, there's a lot of nice people, a lot of good people in Charlottesville, except for the white supremacists, which I condemn. But that last half of the sentence they cut off, and they made it like he was propping up the white supremacists of Charlottesville when that all went down.
And the most blatant lie is more than just some sly editing in the producer room. This is just a straight up lie, which I was saying is that whenever they asked him, they said, would you condemn white supremacy? He said, yeah, sure. Who do you want me to condemn? And then they were talking about the Proud Boys specifically, whoever that is. You know what I'm saying? I guess there's some website where they claim not to be racist, but then like the word on the street, on the internet or whatever, is that they really are racist.
Proud Boys are mostly Latino.
Who knows? Who knows? I don't know, so I'm not going to act like I know. But the
they're
thing
not
is,
white supremacists at all.
But what we're saying is that, or what I'm saying, Trump said, sure, I condemn that. And then they said that they literally asked him twice. He said, sure, the second time.
Condone or condemn?
Condemn.
Oh, okay.
Condemn. And the headline on everything was the next day that he refused to condemn white supremacy, and I seen him do it twice. Yeah, I seen it.
They
live.
edit it though, and they cut.
No, they don't edit it. I mean, they don't show it because it's like, I mean, there's no way.
They cut it out.
Yeah, they won't even show him say that they won't show that segment.
They'll die on that hill. They will lie.
The headline is like, it's as if it's not 2020 and they don't have the video. You know what I'm saying? It's like as if we're supposed to just take the word for it, like it's 1820 or some shit.
They count on the fact that we're busy and we're hard workers and we got a life. And we don't have time to research.
I don't have a life. I watch the shit live.
Yeah, I did. Me too.
I seen it. I seen it live, and then I seen the headline the next day.
And then I heard my liberal friends the next day mad at me because I was voting for them.
And I'm not a hard right wing guy, right? I see it. Like even in the VP thing with Kamala Harris and Mike Pence, I thought Kamala Harris got the better of Mike Pence in a lot of that. And I liked how she handled herself. She ate her Wheaties that morning or whatever. You know what I'm saying? But
I hate Pence.
Mike Pence just needed a coffee or something. I don't know what the deal was, but I like what she was saying there, and it was just this blatant lie. So like I don't want to interrupt you too long or whatever, but I did feel like it's relevant to say that I've seen what you're talking about with my own eyes.
Yeah, it's not just me.
And I'm not saying I'm not saying everything is a lie, but you gotta. I mean, it's like when the weed man tell you the price went up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He's telling you
where's the proof of that?
He's like, man, come on, man. I know that.
Well, you know everything's going up right now, but you know the disinformation governance.
I'm just saying, keep an eye out. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man, I'll pay you an extra 15. Motherfucker.
Let's talk about the disinformation governance board.
The anti-Twitter.
Yeah. Pretty much as soon as Elon bought Twitter. The DHS, Department of Homeland Security, decides that they've got to put together this, it's like a task force type thing. I don't know what it's going to cost us taxpayers. Can't wait. But, it's basically, they're going to nail down, everybody that's spreading disinformation.
Except me.
Yeah, well, you're not spreading disinformation. But I just figure, they're in charge, so anybody, it must be nice to grant yourself the power to tell the world what the truth is.
That's what I did. The truth is what you make of it, I guess. I don't know. You can't handle the truth.
There's the truth, and there's my truth. And my truth is bullshit, usually.
Bullshit.
Yeah. There's the truth and my truth. But, this governance board, the lady they put in charge, can't remember her name right now, she's got dark hair.
Is she hot?
She's pretty cute. She sings, but she's a liar because she was the one talking about Russian collusion back in the day. So they put a big fat liar in charge of handling lies.
Okay.
And it's funny because we already busted her lying. So, it's easy to silence your political opponents if you're the minister of truth.
Is she German by any chance?
I think she's Latin.
She might be German. Uh-huh.
Yeah, I'm not really sure.
Okay.
But I just want everybody to challenge everything that mainstream media tells you. Just do it. Just do it. They're all lying. The Fauci emails, those were all real. The lab leak theory, they were banning us from Facebook and everything else from saying, what if it came out of Wuhan lab where they were doing, risky coronavirus research?
Well,
it came from the, it's kind of like saying, somebody said this not too long ago, I can't remember who, but if you have an outbreak of chocolate near a Hershey factory, kind of makes sense that the chocolate came from the Hershey factory, don't it?
Yeah.
It didn't come from the bats down in the cave, did it? Really? I mean, they tested thousands and thousands of animals. Not one of them had the coronavirus. So they banned us all. We should sue their asses. They banned us all when we were like, hey, didn't it come out of the lab where y'all were doing this risky research that was funded by Gates and the NIH and the, Fauci and his crew? So, yeah, they've been lying to us for years. And, I've caught them lying so many times that now I can't trust any of them. None of them.
Well, I'll tell you one thing you can trust. It's the Florida Man News. And right now would be a good time to segue into the first topic, which I'd like to go into this a little bit longer than I would a normal topic on. Well, you got to take a break?
I just want to
stand up?
Yeah, just for a sec.
Oh, okay. You ain't got to tell me standing up. Anyway, Mike Tyson. He punched a guy in the face on an airplane. Did you hear about that?
No, I didn't.
All right, so I'll tell you what happened. I say Mike Tyson punched a guy in the face, and that's literally what happened, but it's a little bit more complicated than that. There's 2 Florida men. Shout out to Florida.
Woo!
That's why it's relevant to the Florida Man News. They were harassing, and they even assaulted Mike Tyson on a plane, in flight, right?
Uncool.
He threw a water bottle at Mike, fucking with him for like 20 minutes on the plane. I mean, Mike demonstrated an extremely high, respectable amount of patience to not do anything. And where was the security? I mean, you had people recording this shit, but you didn't have nobody. Like, it was a low-key thing. The guy recording it was in on it. So there wasn't any other footage I've seen. So it was kind of a low-key thing, right? But the thing is, I mean, was Mike Tyson, like, afraid to tell the security? Like, he didn't want to be snitching or something like that?
Well, he's man enough to
I don't know what the deal is. But anyway, he was getting fucked with. He got assaulted. He ended up punching this dude in the face. Let me go ahead and show you the video real quick. Get Mom's live reaction, if I may. All right?
Sure.
Mike Tyson, airplane. First thing comes up. Alright, it's a 58-second video. Shout out to TMZ Sports. I'm not going to play the audio because Lord knows that they don't have enough money and they'll try to sue me if I play the audio.
Right,
so watch the video.
Sure.
And react to it live.
Yeah.
Think out loud.
Okay. So this guy's pointing at Tyson. He's pointing back and forth. He's obnoxious. Looks to me like.
Obviously harassing him, right?
Yeah, definitely won't leave him alone. He's sitting behind him, kind of diagonal from him. He's got his phone out now. It looks like he's about to record. I see a beverage, I think, in the foreground. Guy looks buzzed or really excited. I'm not sure which.
Possibly ADD or something.
Yeah, now somebody's getting his ass kicked.
They cut the video there.
Yeah, he got his ass kicked, but
what's going on in
now? He's sad. Now he's sad. Got a sad face going on.
He looks sad.
Yeah.
He's
bleeding. He's bleeding. Yeah. Side of his head is lumpy and bloody. And he's sad. He's going, oh, what? Poor me.
Does he really look sad?
Yeah, he's pointing at his boo-boo, and he's like, oh, what? Look what Mike Tyson did. You know, you gotta sit there and poke a bear, expect to get clawed, you know.
Well, when Mike Tyson was getting into his ass, rate that on a scale of 1 to 10. How good was that?
Oh man, it looked like the Holyfield fight, you know. I mean,
right.
It was
carry on.
Bam, 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 bam. You know, left, right, left, right,
now
left, right.
My mom. I asked my mom this because my mom, she has a background in professional boxing.
Yes.
She for a very short stint, but what was your record professionally?
I was 1-1 when I retired.
1-1. and that's not an easy feat. How many of your moms retired 1-1 as a professional boxer? You know what I'm saying? That's what you got to ask yourself. And yeah,
it was fun. It was more like a foxy boxing thing.
Foxy boxing.
Yeah.
Was that? Do you know what that was for?
Bubba the Love Sponge had a club here in Citrus County. I don't remember what he called it, but back when he was on 98 Rock in the mornings.
All right, well, who cares? We're not talking about Bubba right now. We're talking about the Florida Man News. We got more important shit to talk about right now, Mama. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. No, but we'll save that for another episode. We'll talk about that later. But if I may get right back into the Florida Man News, via the Washington Post, the next story. 2 Florida men charged with filing ballots in 2 states in the 2020. Are you done?
No, I'm getting a beer.
Go ahead and grab the beer. That's way too loud. All right, Vader, be quiet, boy. 2 Florida men charged with filing ballots in 2 states in the 2020 presidential election confessed to voter fraud, according to court records. This is via the Washington Post.
Right.
So take that for what you will. Charles F. Barnes and Jay Kettrick, residents of the Villages in Sumter County, pleaded guilty to casting more than 1 ballot in the election.
For who?
It doesn't say, but you know who they voted for. You already know. People don't cheat on the right. That's like, No,
they do. They've been caught cheating before. I think they have.
Have
I think in the, what was his name? Dole. No.
I've never heard about no Republicans.
Years ago in Florida, I think it happened.
Well, if we lose with our head hanging high. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I still see people on the side of Highway 200 in Ocala with Trump signs.
Yeah, no. I still see
rain
stickers, man. And I've been seeing a lot of...
Well, I see 40 people out there all holding signs like as if they're still voting tomorrow.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
They wanted to help their country.
I've never seen that before.
They want to help their country. We were energy independent when Trump was.
But I tell you what I have seen though is when Trump did win, everybody cried. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, the liberals?
Everybody.
Oh, they
cried.
were pissed. Yeah.
But then when Joe Biden won, we just take the loss. You know what I mean? There were some people that were upset, making a big fuss about it, saying it was fake and whatnot. But for the majority of the people, we just took the loss. For the majority of people, whenever Trump won, everybody says, I'm leaving America.
Right, they never did, though, did they?
Yeah, still here. All right. So here's the Polk County Facebook page, is where I got this next article from. Today's hashtag criminal of the day is 34-year-old Talita Collier of Winter Haven. Collier, who was a Tampa Airport Transportation Security Administration officer, TSA, at the time, created a fake PCSO burglary report to avoid getting in trouble for tardiness at work. So with that being said, I gotta ask you, Mom, what's the dumbest shit you've ever had to come up with to be late for work?
I don't think I would fake a burglary.
Are you sure?
You know, I saw a post with 2 hogs banging in the middle of the road, and you know those people were late for work. You know,
so you seen a post?
Yeah, there's 2 hogs just mating in the middle of the road.
Well, let's get back to you.
Me personally?
What is the dumbest thing or wildest thing you've ever done or said as an excuse for being late to work? You ain't got no good example? You just tell me.
No, I never was late for work. If I was tripping balls, I'd go to work.
You heard it here first. Never late. All right. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Let's see. Can I share a story? I know it's your episode, but it is my show, right?
Yeah, I want to hear those stories, especially if it's one I haven't heard.
Yeah, maybe I can think of one that'll upset my mom right before she walks out the door. That's what I need to do right now. Let's see, tardiness. Okay, I got one. Here, I got you right there. Yeah. Puff, puff, pat. Oh, I can't say that. I almost slipped up right there. I almost had to do an edit right there. That's that 15G. Yeah. Anyway.
Mommy like.
So, in terms of being late, I went to school one day. I'm going to Lakewood High School. This is about 2016 or so. Maybe a little bit before that, but roughly around then. So I get normal day, right before homeroom or first period starts, whichever. I get on the bus, I go to school, and meet up with my friends or whatever in the courtyard, and from there, pretty quickly we decide that we're not doing school today, even though we're already at school. Basically, we just took the bus to meet up together, like a taxi, and then we.
This wasn't on my watch, by the way. He was living with his dad at the time.
shout out there. Yeah. So anyway, me and my buddies, we decided about 5 or 6 of us. A pretty big group. Usually when we skip, we don't skip with 5 or 6 of our friends, right?
Yeah, but, too many people to sticking out.
We said it's okay this time. You know what I'm saying? For some reason, we said, fuck it. We'll do it. So we go ahead and we go to the back of the school. We jump the fence while it's still very populated in the courtyard and whatnot, so nobody would notice. And we get away with that part. We leave fine. And, but in the process of leaving, we ran into another group of my friends. And this group was bigger. They had about 10 or 13 people with them. So combined, it was about 20 people. And we all just jumped the fence one after the other like we were Navy SEALs or some shit. You know what I'm saying? I mean, we helped the girls and the guys got over, and next thing you know, we're in the power lines right next to the Lakewood High School. We're walking down the power lines trying to get to that Quick Mart at the corner store towards, if you went towards Ocklawaha, Highway 25, you'd see there's a corner store there. I forget the name of it, like a deli food market or some shit.
I remember that.
So we're going there to get, I guess, an Arizona iced tea or some shit, right? Something stupid, probably. And from there, we eventually, the group of 20 people, we encounter a golf cart that was behind us. And in the distance, we couldn't really tell what it was. But as time passed, it became clear that was the police officer, the school resource officer, rather. From there, we seen another van approach on the other side of this long tunnel-like road where there was really nowhere to go. So they closed in on both sides. And we thought about running, but we said, fuck it. They can't bring us all in at once, you know what I mean? So we just kept walking. And then when the cop closed in and the school dean was on the other side, sure enough, they fit us all in the back of that van. They brought our ass right back to school. So I wasn't technically late, but at that point it was about 8:30. So you could say I was late because I went to school, I left, you know what I'm saying? Now I'm late. They called it tardiness, you know what I'm saying? So,
or at least you didn't get in trouble for skipping, right?
No, I got arrested.
Oh.
I got, they gave me a charge for, or they tried to charge me for disruption of the school function because they had to get so many people to come transport the 20 different kids that it was a disruption, they called it. Mm-hmm. Now, I took it to trial, and I got found not guilty. However, that's probably the wildest story I got about being tardy or anything like that. Since you don't got nothing to volunteer.
Not really.
I'll go ahead and say that. Now, I don't think that's the coolest story.
Was that the last of the Florida man being late? Or, not late, but what did he get in trouble for?
No, actually, Thank you. You can't make this stuff up, says Sheriff Grady Judd. This is one of my favorites.
I love him,
Yeah, one of my favorite
He's
followers
badass.
on Facebook.
Yep.
You can't make this stuff up. I don't understand why anyone would go to the extent of creating a fake police report to avoid a reprimand at work for tardiness. Collier has violated the trust of her co-workers and the people she was supposed to keep safe, says Sheriff Grady Judd. In further news, we have an update on the teen that fell to his death at Icon Park in Orlando earlier this year. Tyree Sampson is suing the owner, the manufacturer, and the builder, even though the operator manually altered the ride so that Tyree could fit. Tyree was, Mom, I don't know, have you been following this story at all?
No, I haven't heard it.
All right, well,
First time right here.
There's a amusement park over in Orlando. It's called Icon Park. Mm-hmm. You might have heard of it because a couple years ago, one of the employees died on a ride, and now somebody else has died. And somehow
Time to shut that thing down.
Well, somehow they're trying to say that you shouldn't, right? Yeah, I'm saying, but I mean, 2 people, 2 years, they got a better KD than I got on Call of Duty. You know what I'm saying?
Just more media bullshit.
Anyway, so the point is, the most interesting part of this story that I didn't, it's a recent development in the story. Tyree weighs 320 pounds exactly, and the limit was 285. So what the operator did was he altered the ride, moved it, made it longer, whatever he did, he altered the ride so that Tyree could fit. And this is the story so far. At that point, you know, you heard that the family is suing the manufacturer, the builder,
and the park.
And the owner.
Yeah.
Yeah, the park. So, but it says nothing about the operator. So, what do you think should happen to the operator?
Well, he needs to be fired. You know, obviously. Maybe fined. I mean, because that's people's, you know, that's their lives. You know, there's a reason for things like that.
So you don't think criminal charges is in the question, do you?
Man, I'm glad I'm not the person that has to decide that. You know?
I'll decide it right now. FuegoTV official declaration. The operator should be dragged by
tarred
a horse.
And feathered.
By a horse, tarred and feathered, stoned by his fellow man to death. Not that stone.
Oh, not that stone.
I meant a good old-fashioned stone. Yeah, no, I'm just kidding. No, but he definitely should do like 2 years manslaughter. You know that's appropriate.
I can see me making a stupid mistake.
No, you get 2. No, Mom, listen. 2 years ain't 2 years, okay?
You get out.
This ain't the feds, okay? You do 2 years, you get 2 years. You do 85% of the time or whatever. You know what I'm saying? This is you probably do 60% of your time, right? And then on top of that, you got parole. You got a possibility for parole.
Yeah.
So he's probably doing 8 to 10 months out. You know what I mean? He might not even see prison. He might just go to county. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. But I'm saying 2 years manslaughter charge. That seems appropriate to me.
You feel that he should be held to account for causing the death of that guy? I think the guy should have, you know, I mean, he's dead now, so we can't punish him, but, you know, if there's a weight limit, guys, pay attention. Don't get on it. I mean, that thing might derail.
Well, all right. Well, Tyree, he suffered the consequence for his part.
He's the one that's paying for it.
But he didn't do it by himself. The operator took part in it.
Oh, yeah.
And I know you're not arguing it, but that's just my point is that I would say that being that Tyree, he paid the price for his decision, the operator has not paid the price for his decision. He needs to, justice needs to be served. He needs to do time.
You might be right.
That's FuegoTV right there, man. We ain't gonna go ahead and be soft with it. We're gonna tell you straight up. That's the truth right here. Now I think that's the end of the Florida Man news right here. I will go ahead and include at the end. I got this project coming out called Dollar Bill and a Dream. I've been working on this for like a little under a year, right? It's an old school hip hop, like a follow up to the I Fly project that I
love
dropped
at
last
least
year.
2 of those songs. Man, they're awesome.
Thank you, Mom.
Yes. That's the only ones I've heard.
Well, so Dollar Bill and a Dream is going to have about 20 songs on it. Some of the songs already dropped already. One of the ones I'm looking forward to dropping is featuring Casper Loaded, called Shake the Floor. We've been holding that for a while. But that's just it's a gem right there. It's a very good song. Very, I don't know if insightful would be the word. Introspective, possibly. It's personal, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. You're talking some real stuff. It's not just like a club banger or nothing like that, but some real personal stuff on there, I guess, and it's really dope. So are some of the other songs. I know I've been working on this project called Lethal Weapon, and I got these different types of sounds that I try to categorize with different projects and whatnot, you know what I mean? And I just dropped this project called The Lone Tree not too long ago. I really like that. That one's doing really well in terms of people's liked it, and it still gets a decent amount of views today. So, I don't know. I'm really happy with all that shit, but I wanted to at least mention the Dollar Bill and the Dream project coming up.
I'm looking forward to it.
I know in the past I haven't, I forget to promote myself because I don't really think about it too much. But
you got to promote yourself. You got to pray for yourself. Don't forget.
Yeah, promote and pray. PP. With that, ladies and gentlemen, I'll probably go ahead and sign off. If there's anything else I got to say or whatever, I'll go ahead and start recording again, and I'll finish it up without you. Is there anything you would like to say before we sign off?
Just thanks for having me on. It's been a pleasure. It's been fun, and shout out to all your listeners.
Shout out to the listeners. Thank you so much, Mom. I love you so much.
Love you too. God bless.
Thanks for getting on the podcast.